I love it when people have absolutely no clue what they're talking about, and then they give me free content to reply to their comments. Like this idiot. Somebody asked me to discuss my experiences with the 1995 Chicago heat wave. If you're unfamiliar with the 1995 Chicago heat wave, you should look it up. It was an absolutely insane period of time in Chicago history. There was a record-setting heat wave that set in July of 1995, and in a period of 5 days, we had hundreds of heat-related deaths. This person says, if you were in shape and healthy, wouldn't have bothered you. Up in smoke. So you know what kind of shape I was in at the age of 23 in 1995, huh? My friend, you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. First, in July of 1995, I had, at that point in time, been living in a tent, walking across the country since spring of 92. In spring of 92, I got a job working for a carnival. I spent the entirety of the summer of 1992 working for that carnival, out in the heat, in the elements, and I would defy you to do what I did that summer. I would defy you to do it. After that, in the fall of 1992, I folded in with this nomadic family known as Deadheads, and from the fall of 92 until Jerry's death in August of 95, that's how we lived. We lived in a tent, and we traveled back and forth across the country. Only I wasn't one of those folks that had a nice hippie bus. I had a tent and a backpack and 2 feet, and that's how I got around. I spent 4 years hitchhiking back and forth across this country. I was in some of the best shape of my life. I had a chin and a waist in 95. I would defy you to do the things I did from 92 to 95 and then talk about health. But more importantly, to show how little you know, I don't give a shit if you're healthy or not. 95 was that fucking bad. In 5 days, in July of 1995, the city of Chicago experienced 759 heat-related deaths. Our heat index in the Chicagoland area in that stretch reached 126 degrees. At that point in time, your health doesn't really come into play. Everybody was staying inside, healthy or not, young and old, man and woman, rich and poor, black and white. Most of the people affected were elderly and poor people who didn't have access to air conditioning as much as people of more means. 759 deaths in 5 days, and you're going to sit here and talk about if you were healthy and in better shape, it wouldn't have bothered you. You are an idiot of biblical proportions.